2020 left its mark on ourselves, our families, our friends, our co-workers, our community. The dual pandemics of 2020, COVID and racial inequity, only amplified the need that was already there. Before coronavirus, there was a 12-year gap in life expectancy between East and West Louisville. Data shows that gap has now grown a full year for Black Americans due to the virus. Working together, we know we can change outcomes like this by addressing root causes of inequity and other crucial needs across our region. Even during the toughest of times, this community has so many heroes that were there all along. We've seen them before, quietly doing the right thing, giving of their time, treasure, and talent, thinking of others first, making sacrifices, knowing that brighter days are ahead for all of us. Today, we shine the spotlight on those who have lent their voice, support, influence, and passion to make a big impact. In a year that impacted us all, in a year that we needed it the most, one thing we did learn from 2020 is the words "live united" are indeed more important now than ever before. Welcome to the 2021 Community Impact Awards.
Welcome to Metro United Way's 2021 Community Impact Awards. I'm Shannon Cogan with Wave 3 News, and I'm so happy to be back to serve as your host this afternoon. As we just saw, 2020 was a year we will never forget. From the global pandemic that continues to shake our country to the racial injustice that fuels the fight for a more equitable future. We faced a lot, but there's so much more to be done, and Metro United Way is committed to investing in the humanity and potential of every single person in Greater Louisville. And today, we stop to recognize and shine the spotlight on some of the organizations, individuals, and corporations who showed how much they mean to our community. Over the next hour, we'll be presenting awards, giving special recognitions, honoring community heroes, and we'll be checking in periodically with Kat Gentner, who, as you can see, is creating a special visualization of today's presentation. So, let's get this party started. Please join me in welcoming Mary Sullivan, our retired master community builder, who will present the first award.
Thank you, Shannon. I was and I continue to be humbled to have Metro United Way initiate this award that is named in my honor for my years of commitment to Metro United Way as staff and to volunteering in our region. This award is presented annually to recognize an individual, a company, an organization, or group who has demonstrated extraordinary generosity with their time and talent and has made significant community impact through volunteer service. The recipient of the 2021 Sullivan Service Award and I have many similar values. We were raised in a family that nurtured service to the community and to help others that weren't as fortunate. We were raised to embrace diversity and inclusion in whatever we do. We are fortunate to find a niche with an employer that gave us the position to coordinate our people to meet needs of our local agencies through volunteer projects. Let's take a look. Shirley has coordinated annual back-to-school backpack drives, healthy snack kits, and hundreds of warm tie-knot blankets. She's been employed by Humana for more than 30 years and is the go-to person for Metro United Way when a project needs to be done. She even considers the staff Metro United Way's corporate engagement department to be her spirit sisters in volunteering. However, Shirley's volunteerism doesn't stop at the doors of Humana. Through her church, Westwood Presbyterian, she wears many hats. One is being the host of Metro United Way's Little Free Library, that in 6 years, 5,500 books have been taken by neighborhood residents to enjoy. For many, the COVID-19 pandemic halted all volunteer projects, but not our nominee. She and her team knew that the needs in the community for healthy snack kits and warm blankets wouldn't stop. They found ways to bring supplies to their employees to do from home, and families were involved, which has now expanded the Humana volunteer base and our next generation of volunteers. For these efforts, and probably many more behind the scenes, it is my honor to present the 2021 Sullivan Service Award to my friend, Shirley Frazier.
Mary Sullivan is everything I ever want to be. She is the epitome of community hero. And I absolutely adore her. Mary Sullivan has done more for this community than I could ever possibly do. And I am honored to have this award given to me by Mary Sullivan because she is my hero. She is my community hero. There's no way, Mary, that I could even mirror myself after you. I just thank you. Thank you so much for this award. It warms my heart and it gives me the opportunity to do better and continue the work that you have already laid out for us. You are the blueprint of community hero. So if I follow your work, we will do great things here. And so thank you. Thank you so much for this award. I had no idea that this was going to happen, but thank you. Thank you so much.
In 2020 was really exasperated. I mean, they could not do a lot of the fundraisers. They could not, go out and meet and greet and have events. So how do you pivot? How do you pivot and still meet the need that you have, the goals that these nonprofits have to serve in a pandemic?
We believe in the greater good. We've all been given a gift in going into retirement after a long working career and want to stay connected and want to still do things. And the Encore program is just a really good fit.
I truly feel very, very proud, and I'm humble to have been able to help in some small way these nonprofits realize their goals, meet their needs, do what they want to do. Because actually, what Encore has done or is doing and continues to do, we're helping to enhance the quality of life here in Louisville. It's not direct, but it's our part of making Louisville a better place to live.
Congratulations to Shirley Frazier on receiving the Sullivan Service Award. And cheers to Encore Louisville for its continued support and commitment to our community. Each year, more than 800 companies and organizations across Clark, Floyd, Harrison counties in Indiana, and Bullitt, Shelby, Oldham, and Jefferson counties in Kentucky raise millions of dollars and contribute thousands of volunteer hours to invest in helping everyone in our community reach their full potential. Later in the program today, we will reveal our list of the top and terrific 25 partners, accompanied by a special never-before-seen performance from our friends at AMPed. But right now, let's take a look at some of our top corporate partners and the impact they made in 2020. Incredible work from all of those recognized. We and the entire community appreciate your dedication and impact. Thank you. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce David Lopez, Chief Development Officer at Metro United Way, to present our next award.
Hello, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today. I may still be wearing pajama pants, but I threw on something a little dressier up top in honor of the Immies. And I picked spring colors to celebrate the return of sunny days and blooming flowers. As excited as I am for the return of spring, I'm even more excited to present the Community Cornerstone Award. This award recognizes a company that is all in support of the community and Metro United Way, generating significant impact through its financial investments, leadership, employee engagement, and volunteer participation. In 2020, 865 companies partnered with Metro United Way to give back to our community. 865. But these select few shined and continued to show an above and beyond dedication to impact. Let's take a look at the nominees. And the community cornerstone Emmy goes to, for the second year in a row, congratulations, GE Appliances, a high air company.
Thank you so much for honoring GE Appliances with the Community Cornerstone Award. GE Appliances has a long history with Metro United Way, and I'm so proud of the way our business stepped up this year at a time when our community needed us more than ever before. Our employees increased their employee giving contributions by $400,000. They helped donate hundreds of thousands of PPE items to nonprofits and hospitals, and still found a way to safely host our fall volunteer project. And thanks to Teresa's help, we were able to partner with United Way Worldwide and donate thousands of appliances to frontline workers as part of our GA for Heroes program to help keep them and their families safe during the COVID-19 crisis. All the while, as a business, we looked at ways to redeploy our corporate giving to advance racial equity. And we appreciate the opportunity to partner with Metro United Way for two great projects at the Grace James and Du Bois Academies. The work is far from over, and this community can continue counting on GE Appliances to help build stronger communities and connect people with the resources they need to be successful. Thanks again.
Congratulations to the amazing team at GE Appliances. Your continued dedication to our community is inspirational. Thank you so much. Metro United Way has been fighting to improve our region for more than 100 years. Isn't that incredible? Every day they work to lift our community by mobilizing people and maximizing resources to advance opportunity and equity for all. This next award highlights some individuals, companies, and organizations who are leading the way in rewriting the narrative and addressing the persistent gaps found in our community. To present this next award, please welcome last year's winner of the Changing the Narrative Award, Jeannie Kanki of the Muhammad Ali Center.
Thank you, Shannon. It is a pleasure to be involved in the second annual Community Impact Awards. And it was truly an honor for the Ali Center to receive this special recognition last year. In March of 2020, we had no idea how much our world was about to change. This award has served as a strong reminder that our fight toward a more equitable future is never complete, and it reminds us of just how far we have to go. The Changing the Narrative Award recognizes a company, organization, or individual who has been critical in advancing Metro United Way's ability to elevate the awareness of equity-related issues and improve equitable outcomes through contributions of time, energy, ideas, and financial support. Let's take a look at the nominees. The Emmy goes to our friends at Yum Brands. Congratulations, and keep up the good work.
Wow, what a privilege. We see ourselves as being a small part of this movement that's happening to create more equity in the world. And we're so humbled by this recognition today. Thank you, Metro United Way, But we all know that the real work happens among the individual volunteers making a difference and advocating for social justice and caring for their communities right where they are. I also want to thank the many people and volunteers across Kentuckiana who have been hard at work on the front lines this past year, including some of our own employees who have been feeding our communities and healthcare workers who were really pushed to the brink during this pandemic. It's been a very challenging time, but I thank you for this really wonderful recognition. Metro United Way, thank you for your leadership as well. You are the organization that allows all of us to work more closely together to build a strong community and economy in Louisville. Thank you.
I was a Marine Corps lieutenant in Vietnam at the time, and I was a part of a Marine reinforced company that manned that place during that time. And it became the focus of the Vietnam War for a short period of time, about 50 or 60 days it was under siege. One day a round came in, it was the 7th of September at 11:02 a.m. A round came in and you got about 5 seconds from the time you hear it until it lands. During that 5 seconds that I heard the round coming in, my entire life passed before me. Everything I did, everything I didn't do, and to be honest with you, I didn't like that video. A few days later, when I went to walk off that hill, I turned around and I looked the 17 miles into North Vietnam, and I made 3 promises to myself. One was to always live life to the fullest. You never know how long you're going to live. The second promise I made was if I ever had the opportunity to do something about old men sending young men to war, I would do that. The third promise, and this is the one that is germane to the United Way, I promised as I went through life, no matter where I was or where I lived, that I was going to return something to the community. What I saw as a Marine officer in Vietnam was man's inhumanity to man at its worst. And what I've seen volunteering over the years with the Metro United Way in particular and others in general is man's humanity to man, women, and child at its best. And I think that to me is what the United Way is all about. And I think a lot of people on this Zoom call feel that way too, trying to bring out the best in people. And I think that's something that is very much needed, particularly nowadays, really everywhere. I'd like to thank the United Way for allowing me to help fulfill a promise I made long ago and far away on that hill. But also I'd like to thank my wife of nearly 43 years for another promise I made on that hill, and that was to live life to the fullest as I go through it. And we take long walks almost every day, and she's able to, we can stop and smell the roses and the hydrangeas and all the other sweet smelling flowers as only a master gardener can point out. Again, thank you very much for this award. I really appreciate it.
Another congratulations to Yum Brands for receiving the Changing the Narrative Award. And of course, a huge thank you to Bob McIntosh for sharing his incredible story with us. You are truly a community hero. And we've still got some big awards ahead, everyone. But first, let's check in with Kat and see how she's doing. Kat has been creating during the entire program and already has some incredible visuals shining through. We'll keep checking back in with Kat as she finishes up this amazing piece. But for now, we've got more awards to hand out. So let's welcome in Sadiqa Reynolds, President and CEO of the Louisville Urban League, to announce our next award.
Thank you, Shannon. We are so happy to be back on the Emmys and are honored to be presenting the award we were given last year, the Game Changer Award. If 2020 taught us anything, it's that we have to be agile and innovative to create impact in new and effective ways. The Game Changer Award recognizes an individual or organization who, in partnership with Metro United Way, is changing lives in our community through innovation, persistence, and passion. We know something about passion at the Louisville Urban League. This award not only shows your commitment to our community, but your ability to do so in new and different ways. So let's take a look at the nominees. The winner of the 2021 Game Changer Award is the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana. Congratulations to our friends across the river. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. We're honored and we're humbled by this award and being selected as a game changer. In our work each day, we strive to be a game changer, whether that's through the work we do with our donors, whether it's through the grants that we make, whether it's through our leadership role for projects and programs. Our goal is to change the game for every donor, with every grant, and with every project and program. And of course, we couldn't be a game changer without the partnership of organizations like Metro United Way and my friends Pam Ottersbach and Teresa Reno Weber, who are both game changers in their own rights. But their collaborative and inclusive spirit just makes it easy to work together to change the game for every person in Southern Indiana. So thank you so much for this. It means so much. We greatly appreciate it. We'll continue to try and change the game in the days and years ahead. Thank you.
Another big congrats to the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana. Your innovation this last year made an enormous impact. All right, are you getting excited? Because we only have one award remaining this afternoon. So let's check back in with Kat, who's been capturing the second annual Community Impact Award in a very unique way. She's getting close, everyone. Make sure to stay with us until the end to see her final piece. You won't want to miss it. Now, please join me in welcoming my friend and President and CEO of Metro United Way, the one and only Teresa Reno Weber.
Thank you, Shannon. This has already been an incredible afternoon. Congratulations are in order for all our deserving nominees and winners today. If there's one thing 2020 made clear, it's the power of community, and we are so grateful to be part of a community with generous corporate citizens, nonprofit partners, volunteers, and individual leaders. One special thank you I would love to make again is to Mackenzie Scott, author and billionaire philanthropist, whose team, after reviewing 7,500 nonprofits across the country, chose Metro United Way as one of 384 to invest in because of our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Her record $20 million gift will be leveraged and maximized to impact the most people for the most good in our community. Thank you again, Mackenzie Scott. After a year like 2020, it would have been easy for any of us to just try and get back to normal. But we all said that normal wasn't good enough. Our continued investment in the humanity and potential of every single person in Shelby, Oldham, Bullitt, Harrison, Clark, Floyd, and Jefferson counties across Kentuckiana has only grown stronger. We are a community that can embrace change, take on the biggest challenges confronting us, and transform our own future. Before we get to our last award of the afternoon, we want to pause and recognize someone on our staff who showed a commitment to community service this past year that will never be forgotten. In October of last year, our Director of Justice and Opportunity, Yvette Gentry, took a step back from her Metro United Way role to serve as interim police chief for Louisville Metro Police Department. This sacrifice wasn't an easy one to make, but Yvette saw her community needed her and took that jump. Our staff and some special guests share exactly what that sacrifice meant to them.
Yvette Gentry has been living, leading, and loving this community for decades. She has always demonstrated the moral courage, humility, and tenacity needed to build a path from just to justice. She has a remarkable ability to figure out what needs to be done before others assign a value to an issue.
If you spend any amount of time with Yvette and you see the type of person that she is, you know how sincere and genuine her heart is. You know how important this work is.
Her commitment to our community, to her family, to those around her has never been in doubt, and it has been a guiding principle of the way she shows up in every conversation and in every situation.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Darren Mills, and I'm Yvette's younger brother. I'd like to also say I'm her favorite brother, much to the chagrin of my other siblings. But let me just say this: congratulations, Yvette, for everything that you have done and continue to do. I think you know how much I think of you and admire you for the person that you are. And I often tell people that to really understand my sister is to understand her journey. And I think that you have never forgotten that along the way. I said something to you a few years ago that you are one of the lucky ones where your passion has truly met your purpose in life. And I think we're all better for that.
Vet service means to our community that you always have someone that is willing to be on the front lines. Someone that is willing, as a willing participant, to, when they see a void, to try to build relationships and cultivate relationships and gather people together and try to fill that need.
When I, like so many other people, watched Yvette get sworn in as the first female chief of this community and the first African-American female chief of this community, I couldn't help but be touched and be deeply moved. And when I listened to her talk about and reflect on the fact that she was a runaway and, you know, had gone a different path at times during life, but then when she proclaimed, "I am the chief," my heart soared.
I had lots of reactions in the moment, some of them more selfish. I thought, is she really going to come back to Metro United Way? What are we going to do while she's gone? But I also paused and started to think about the bigger picture. And I thought about just how much I respected and admired that you would be taking on something so big, so daunting, on behalf of our community.
You truly were the only person in our community who could be the bridge that we needed between community and police. And our community, my family, your entire team at Metro United Way salutes you for taking that challenge, turning it into a beautiful opportunity, and helping create the path that we are on today.
She made the decision to put our community first. And so in doing that, she didn't care about herself. She didn't care about the stress that was going to come to her, but she knew that she had something to offer to that job, that she had something to say, and that she was the right person to do it, and that she could be effective in it. And so she made me so proud in putting her own wants, desires, needs to the side in order to do what was best for our community in the community's time of need. And so I'm so very proud to say that she is my big sister.
That makes me proud every day. I think one of the proudest moments in 2020 was for her to come out of retirement and to give up her time and her talent and try to remove this dark cloud that was kind of facing our city during this time last year, especially during the pandemic, which was already hard, dealing with that and dealing with some of the social issues that our community was facing at the present time. For her to want to come out of retirement and to take the baton and try to lead the police department and the community and bridging that gap in a positive direction, that was a proud moment for me.
Louisville's my home, and I didn't know exactly what I could do, but I just didn't want us to be where we were. I just felt like we were better than what we were showing. I felt like we had so much work to do in equity, and I didn't want that to be ignored because people, were upset that people were protesting. I'm like, we got work to do though. And, it shouldn't take this to shake us to our core to get some stuff done, but it's gonna move us if we just get in there and accept that there is things that we have to do differently. We can't just say, we're gonna get past this. Time is not gonna get us there, only time and effort. So I'm truly thankful. I'm truly thankful for people whoever nominated me for this. I'm truly thankful for the support of the organization Metro United Way that says go do this in a time where they had a lot of work to do and figure it out, but gave me the blessing to go away and do it. The Rondo Foundation that did the same, and then my family support, and then the fabulous women in Louisville that did a meal train so my kids were fed while I got out there and just did my best. So, I'm honored. I'm truly honored.
Thank you again to Yvette for her unwavering support of our community. Before we get to our last award of the day, I would like to celebrate and thank this year's Community Investment Chair, CEO of GE Appliances, Kevin Nolan, who I don't think realized when he said yes to this that we would be in for the year we had. But what an incredible testament to his leadership. Kevin and his entire team at GE Appliances went all in with us this year to make sure we could meet the need. We all thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Teresa. It's been an honor to work with you and your team as this year's Community Investment Chair. I know that even with Teresa's transition, Metro United Way is in great hands because of the people, systems, and structures that she's put in place. I would also like to add my congratulations to all of today's winners. We could not have done this without you. Even in this extraordinary year with extraordinary need, this community met the moment and saw people and companies step up to invest in the crucial work of Metro United Way. Thank you to all of you for trusting and believing in that work. The importance of Metro United Way's work was underscored with COVID-19 and the cries for action in the streets of Louisville as our community became one of the epicenters of the social justice movement. We have hard work ahead, but this year has shown that as a community, if we are all listening and willing to help, we can come together to build a stronger, more equitable Louisville. That's our work, and at GE Appliances, we're all committed to doing the work with Metro United Way. There's no one positioned better to lead the next chapter of this work. I've gotten to know her this past year and am blown away by her compassion and creativity. I'm honored to introduce our next Metro United Way Community Investment Chair, Maggie Harlow.
Thank you so much, Kevin, and thank you for your inspirational leadership. I'm very excited to be the 2021 Community Investment Chair for Metro United Way. I've been inspired to get more involved in Metro United Way after having great experiences these last couple of years serving in the Small Business Initiative as well as on the campaign cabinet. This organization is professional, they have bold vision, and they get really big results. And now more than ever, our community really needs us. With the team we've assembled and the community at large, we are going to make transformative change across Greater Louisville. And I'm excited to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you again, Kevin and Maggie. We're so looking forward to this next year's community investment campaign and the tremendous impact we will continue to make. I know our best and brightest days are still ahead. Now, it's my pleasure to welcome in last year's Live United recipient, longtime partner of Metro United Way and my dear friend, Audwin Helen, who will help us present our final award.
Teresa, thank you so much for having me. I am so glad to be involved in this year's ceremony. Living United means something different to everyone. Last year, I shared how in the midst of our civil unrest, Living United was harder than ever before. With the divisiveness and isolation that 2020 brought, it is extremely important that we recognize those who are leading the way and showing the way by living united. This award recognizes an individual or individuals whose exceptional leadership, passion, and engagement is improving the lives of individuals and families in our communities today and for future generations. Let's take a look at the nominees. And the winner of the 2021 Live United Award, Dr. J.R. Curtin and Dr. Karen Koss. Congratulations to you both.
I'm very honored, we both are, to have been nominated for this and to be the winners. I know and have worked with some of the people who've been nominated, and they are all fabulous and very deserving of this honor. One of the things I think that's been nicest for me working with United Way for the number of years that I have is to watch the evolution of United Way over the time. When I first moved here and got involved, we were doing basically our major source of funding was payroll deduction, and we were doing deficit funding. We had member agencies, and if you needed $100,000 and you only got $80,000, we would give you $20,000. Okay, that didn't last forever. But United Way was always noted as a leader in the community, a trusted leader, and a convener of people around sometimes difficult issues. So we have evolved, but we've kept those attributes always. And now we're really a major leader in change for the community, focusing on some of the issues that will make long-term differences for everybody in the community. And to be a part of that and to be recognized is a very great honor for me. And none of this can be done without the staff at United Way. And since I've been volunteering for a long time, I've worked through with a number of presidents and CEOs, each one great in their own way. And with the United Way staff on the committees, they are phenomenal, bright, dedicated, caring people, every single one of them. So it's been an honor to work with them, and I thank you very much.
Yeah, Karen has just said it so well. And you know, when I looked at the people who were nominated, and when I think about the people who could have been nominated, maybe should have been nominated and weren't, I am just honored to be in that company. And it's really been an honor to work with United Way. And as Karen said, with the staff, which has been fabulous, and also to work with the volunteers. Some of the closest people to me in the community really come out of the United Way volunteer community. Especially this one, which I married, and we were, obviously very, very connected at United Way in that way. And then finally one day looked at each other and said, I've always liked you. And so, well, it's such a great honor, and thank you so much, and thank everyone who's helped put this on.
Congratulations, Dr. Curtin and Dr. Cost, and all of our extraordinary winners today. And another thank you to everyone who took the time to join us today. Before we reveal this year's top and terrific 25 partners, let's go back to Kat right now, who has a final product to show us. Wow, isn't that just an incredible piece? It's amazing. And it really encapsulates what's been an incredible afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope to see you all back here next year for the 3rd Annual Community Impact Awards. We leave you now with our top and terrific 25, accompanied by our friends at AMPed. I promise you won't want to miss this.
Under the glow of the very bright lights, I turn my face towards the warm night skies, and I am not afraid of 1,000 eyes when they're above 500 smiles. To think, what wouldn't I give for a moment like this moment, this gift. Now look at me and this opportunity, it's standing right in front of me. One thing I know, it's only part luck, and so I'm putting on my show. Under the spotlight, I'm starting my life. Big dreams becoming real tonight. So look at me and this opportunity. You're witnessing my moment, you see. My big opportunity. And now I'm right here, and it's time. This is real and it's all mine. I'm not afraid to fly when it's above 500 smiles. Oh, I used to think what I wouldn't give moment, this gift. And now look at me and this opportunity.
We are all harmed by the false ideology of believing that one race is superior to another.
So the reality is, I think most people are good people, but even good people can get caught up in bad systems.
That where you're at depends upon what resource base you have, what educational access you have, how you can look out and see, why can't people be like me? I work hard.
And for far too long, everybody's had to tie themselves in knots, delivering the message just right so we don't unsettle white people.